Palantir is such an absolute anomaly. For every single person that says they can't stand Palantir, they hate Palantir, Palantir is never gonna make any return on investment, there's another person that's gonna say Palantir is the best, Palantir is great, we will go to the freaking moon investing into Palantir. One thing is for certain, Palantir is in everybody's eye, one way or the other, whether you're pro or whether you're con when it comes to Palantir. However, there has been a lot of institutional investing into Palantir, both in the corporate level and in the individual level. And I'm not just talking about heavy-hitting mega corporations, I'm talking about the likes like BlackRock, pension funds, and even billionaires. Let me show you a quick article and then I want to dig deeper into this. Billionaire Stanley Druckenmiller just doubled down on Palantir stock. So if you don't know who Stanley Druckenmiller is, he's worth approximately $6.5 billion. Palantir has been crushed from its highs, with Palantir stock still down about 60% over the past 12 months. In the first quarter, Stanley Druckenmiller doubled his stake in Palantir, then added to it again in the second quarter. Now a top 10 holding in his portfolio, bulls are looking for a turn. Guys, now this in itself would not be groundbreaking news. But if you give me a moment, I'm gonna show you something that actually Chris Patel found and he shared on Twitter. And I think it's very, very important in the narrative of Mr. Stanley doubling down into Palantir. According to the latest Form 13F, Druckenmiller's family office, the Quesson family office, recently upped its position in Palantir stock. Specifically, the firm grew its position by more than 27% to 4.26 million shares. Now, I know a lot of you guys are asking me, Adam, how many Palantir shares do you have? Adam, how many Palantir shares do you have? Adam, but how many Palantir shares do you actually have? Well, if Mr. Stanley Druckenmiller ups his shares by just a little bit, so he already has 4.26, if he ups it just a little bit, he's gonna have the same amount of shares as I do. So he's getting close to the position that I hold in Palantir. That makes it a top 10 position in his portfolio. In May, the Quanzi's Form 13F showed that the firm more than doubled its position in Palantir stock. That's quite a bit of confidence from Druckenmiller and company, considering how poorly the market behaved in the first half of 2022. And that is a fact. So you gotta ask yourself, why is this man investing so much money into Palantir? We're talking about millions upon millions of shares in Palantir. There must be a reason, because Palantir is obviously not outperforming the market, and Palantir is not even outperforming its peers. So the question is, like, seriously, ask yourself a question. Why would he invest? And I'm not saying that he has any insider information that we don't have, but there must be a reason. He must know something, right? Well, let's keep reading. Unfortunately, Druckenmiller keeps increasing his firm's stake, but Palantir stock is not responding with a bullish reaction. Shares went on a strong rally from May lows, ultimately climbing 80% to last month's high. Still, shares are not behaving well, currently down 20% from the last month's high, a two-day 19% decline. We got absolutely obliterated. I actually bought 10 contracts for September 9th on Palantir to see if we're gonna get the NHS contract or get some news that is going our way. If that happens, I feel like the price of Palantir is gonna go up. The problem is Druckenmiller is a legendary fund manager. However, he has a cost basis of roughly $18 a share. Coincidentally, I'm at around $18 a share as well, which is funny because he almost has as many shares as I do in Palantir at the same cost basis. Meanwhile, the stock is down around 80% from all-time high. So the story breaks by Grogu on Twitter. The reason I'm saying this, some of you guys have Twitter, some of you guys don't have Twitter, a lot of you guys don't have Twitter, and you rely on me for information. So I try to give you as much data as possible so that you can stay apprised of the situation and informed on any moves that's happening within any stocks that I hold, including and specifically the Palantir realm. Grogu says, all your shitty YouTube takes and sell orders have become a whale's buy order, right? Invest to live, shout out. He's really, really good. Sean is great. I brought this up last night in the podcast, massive research team. So he's like, yo, he must know something. Sean is like, he must know something because he's putting in so much money while the market is dropping. Andrejo says, we are one massive research team, decentralized, bottom-up team. And it's really funny because really the Palantir crew gets so much information. We have such a strong Discord. By the way, I have a link to the Palantir Discord down below. If you have Palantir and you're not part of the Palantir Discord, you're losing brain cells, sell all your shares, and we don't want you part of the Palantir family. And then Chris Patel, out of all freaking people, Chris Patel, who's a snow bull now, says his daughter got the best research on Palantir. Tess Drunken-Miller, deployment strategist at Palantir Technologies. You read this right. His daughter is a strategist at Palantir. Is that not freaking hilarious? So this guy that's a billionaire who keeps buying into Palantir, his daughter is a strategist for Palantir. Does he have insider information? I'm not going to say he does or doesn't. I don't want to accuse anybody, but all I could say is there is a reason he's buying more shares. The same reason we're buying more shares, that we have dedication, we have belief, and we have that cojones and grit to stick by our guns and stick to our investment. For me, this just certifies everything that I know and everything that I feel and everything that I believe about Palantir. But it's not just Drunken-Miller and his family that's investing into Palantir. As I said, for every person that hates Palantir, there's another person that loves Palantir. You don't believe me? Let me give you a couple of quick examples. First and foremost, follow this man because every single link that I'm going to give you right now, every single piece of information from this point on is literally coming from Raichi on Twitter. At RACCHIKEBU, he has a wealth of knowledge and one of the strongest people in the Palantir community. Nomura Holdings filed a 13F disclosing its holdings at nearly 1 million shares of Palantir at 975,000, valued at $9 million, an increase of 103% during the quarter from the original 478,000 shares. They also hold options of 415,000 shares. Renaissance IPO ETF has 818,000 shares valued at over $7 million and it increased by 57% during this quarter from just 520,000 shares previously disclosed. Salem Investment Consolers holding 640,000 shares valued at $5.8 million. That's an increase of over 8 million during the quarter from the 8 shares previously disclosed. So they went from 8 shares to 640,000 plus shares. Guys, I can go on and on and on again. At the end of the day, as I said, you can either be on the left or you can be on the right, but it's probably flipped when you're watching this screen. So here you go. Everybody that hates Palantir, there's an equal amount of people that love Palantir. And for everybody that I'm saying that's buying into Palantir, there's probably institutions that are selling out of Palantir. At the end of the day, it's your money, it's your investment, and all you can do is gather data, knowledge, and try to make the best investments that's good for you and your family if you're blessed to have one. For me, Palantir is a home freaking run. For you, Palantir might be absolutely garbage. At the end of the day, I could just bring you to water. If you drink, that's on you. If you catch a fish, that's on you. And if you turn around and walk away hungry and thirsty, that's also on you. And I won't be responsible whether you're investing, not investing, or doing nothing at all. Guys, I'm purely an entertainer and educator at best. If you want some free stocks, I do have a link to Webull down below. Please give me the like, shares, and subscribe so that I can get paid for some ads and grow my channel. The Berg is out.